السلام عليكم اخوان، ماكو اليوم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
مستغرقات.
بعد الشيخ عمو ما
عادي. يلا عادي يعني.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام
ورحمة الله.
مصطفى حبيبي، إذا أنت
نعم.
على اليوتيوب دوس الكابشن على مود يطلع حكي الشيخ وحكيك بالإنجليزي مكتوب على اليوتيوب. أيضا
I don't have
على
access to that right now.
I
don't have access to that right now.
Anyway, who did put it on the YouTube? Ja'far?
I think it was Sister Fatima Ibrahim. But inshallah, tonight we're going to try to verify my iPad so I can sign in and I'll do it.
حبيبي لأنه كلش مهمة تطلع ويا من تحكي أنت ويا الشيخ رأس تطلع الكابشن.
Okay, sounds good. Inshallah.
أنا الشيخ شو ماكو؟
He's here.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
شلونك عم مصطفى؟
الحمد لله، أنتم شلونكم؟
الحمد لله، رمضان مبارك عليك إن شاء الله.
وعليكم السلام.
رمضان مبارك، رمضان كريم.
رمضان كريم عليكم أبو نبع.
وعليكم الله وديك قبل الطاعات إن شاء الله
جميعا إن شاء الله رحم الله عليك.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
السلام شيخنا.
يا الله.
وعليكم السلام. السلام عليكم شيخنا.
يا الله مولاي ابو مصطفى، شلون اخوي؟
رمضان كريم عليكم ان شاء الله.
علينا وعليكم وعلى امه محمد. مشتاقون؟
يا امين ان شاء الله. شلونكم العائله؟ ان شاء الله زين.
عافيتك، عساكم بخير ان شاء الله.
الله يحفظك. من الله بخير ما دام انتم بخير. رحم الله والديك.
الله يحفظكم بفضل دعائكم ان شاء الله مولاي.
الله يحفظكم. شكرا جزيلا شيخنا على المحاضرات القيمه اللي جاي تقدمها لنا.
خادم لكم ان شاء الله، خادم.
استغفر الله خادم للامام الحسين عليه السلام.
والله يا مولانا هو هاي الغايه، بس احنا شلون نصير قدام الامام اذا ما نخدم الربعه؟
الله يحفظك ان شاء الله. رحم الله عليك. الله يبارك فيك ان شاء الله.
Sheikhna, is my camera better like this or should I switch it?
You're beautiful either way.
Habibi. Sheikhna. No, because I think it's like the view is abnormal when I put it like upright.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, this way is much better. Actually, you know what? Give me a couple of seconds. I forgot the questions. Just give me 1 second.
Okay. We'll be waiting. Okay, so we'll start inshallah.
بعونه تعالى.
Okay. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected Sheikh, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Welcome to another night of lectures with Sheikh Samahat Sheikh Khalid. Tonight, it's not going to be a lecture. It's going to be more like an open dialogue. We have a set of questions already ready beforehand, and inshallah, the Sheikh is going to be answering them. If there's any additions to the questions, if anybody has any questions that they just think of right now as they're watching, feel free to type it in the chat, or if you have any other questions, just type it in the chat, and inshallah, if the Sheikh has time, then he will answer them. And without further ado, let's welcome Samahat Sheikh Khalid with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد
على محمد وآل محمد.
How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah,
Can
I'm
you hear
good.
me?
How are you? Yeah, I can. Clear. Your voice is
بسم الله
clear.
الرحمن الرحيم وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على نبينا الصادق الأمين محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. In the name of God, the merciful, the beneficent, all prayer and praise is due to the Prophet Muhammad and his holy household. So we decided, me and brother Mustafa decided to make this an open mic night, so to speak, just to receive your questions, see what you have. I'm tired of just having a one-way conversation. Hence, I got Mustafa to unmute his mic the past few nights. And you know what? Let's see what you guys want to hear about. So don't be shy. Excuse me. A fly just flew into my mouth.
Oh God.
That's the first question. I'm fasting right now, and a fly actually flew into my mouth, and I swallowed it. Is that a thought or not? Am I muftar now or not?
No.
Why not?
Because it was, you didn't willingly put it into your mouth and eat the fly.
Unintentional.
Yeah,
Except
it was
I can
unintentional.
feel it in my throat. Nonetheless, let's begin, inshallah.
So drink some water to water it down.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Subhanallah, what's bothering me? I kept on showing it away.
Oh, we got another camera open.
السلام عليكم شيخنا رمضان كريم.
Salam habibi.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, doing well. I'm just
Okay,
that was such a coincidence.
Huh?
I said that was such a coincidence. How did that even happen?
Is your background from the office?
It is from the office.
Yeah.
That's Charlie Hudson right behind him.
Yep.
So shall we begin, inshallah?
Inshallah. Let's go for it.
Ya Allah. Let's start with your questions, Mustafa.
All right, so we have a few set of questions here. Let's see what we should go for first.
Man, that fly is really bothering my throat. I got a fly in my throat, not a frog. SubhanAllah.
All right, so first question. Why is talking about certain attributes of God taboo?
Okay. Let's discuss this issue. First of all, what is taboo? What attributes are we referring to that are taboo to talk about? Give me an example. Or whoever, the person that actually listed this question, if they're online, chime in. Let's discuss it. Let's not just answer that question.
I don't think they are, but let's see. Let me try to think of an example.
Ahmed, chime in.
Like I understand that there are some attributes of God that you can't really talk about because I don't know how to put this honestly, Sheikhna.
Give me an attribute that you can't discuss.
Like maybe attributes of a human being, like he, him.
Like how you say, like God can see, God can hear, God can like feel, those kinds like attributes that us humans have.
Okay. Is it taboo to talk about them? Or is it wrong to believe them? Mahdi Aboud. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Mahdi, is it taboo or is it wrong to talk about, to attribute them to Allah?
Well, there's some things you can say, and then there's some things that if you say there's a problem with it. That's how I see it.
Okay, so what is taboo then? Define the word taboo for me.
I'm not really
taboo,
sure.
that's how people pronounce it.
I'm not really sure.
Mustafa.
Naam.
What is taboo or taboo?
Taboo is like, it's, I guess, like controversial. Unacceptable.
Okay. What do you say, Ahmed?
According to Google, it says prohibited or restricted by social custom.
Okay, we're going to keep on going to Google. This is how the lecture is going to go. This is how this So, in actuality, it's not prohibited. It's not wrong to try to understand Allah's attributes. We have a whole sect and hawza for that. It's called Ilm al-Kalam. We discuss what are God's attributes. What is wrong or what is incorrect is to attribute things to Allah that we are unclear of, or that we do not have a what's the word here? For example, I can say Allah sees. Well, we know that sight is a physical entity, isn't it? What do you need to see? You need photons of light, a surface for them to bounce off of, to reflect off of, an eye.
Cones, rods.
What's that?
Said cones, rods.
Cones, rods, I sent them within your eye, a retina, all of that. In order for you to perceive light, in order for you to see. And add that, you can only see a specific amount. For example, if you type, Ahmed, if you go onto Google right now and you type, okay, visible light versus all light wavelength. Mustafa, can you type stuff and post it on Zoom so everybody can see it?
I do have the option, but I've never tried it, and I don't want to like mistakenly
try. We're not going to lose anything if you try.
do something wrong.
Access.
What's that? Okay, so right now.
Okay.
So you describe to me what you see, Ahmed, when you type visible light versus light wavelength.
Ahmed, can you not share your screen?
What's that?
The host has to enable me.
Oh, okay.
Who's the host?
Screen share.
I'm the host.
You're the host. Make me the host and let me do it. Or a co-host or whatever it's called.
Okay. Make co-host. There we go.
So what I'm saying here is if you actually type this up, okay, so if you type up visible light spectrum, and you go to images, you'll see that one of the images here that I just clicked on, it starts with gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, then a small slit of visible light, then infrared, radar, FM, TV, shortwave, and AM, okay? These are all types of visible light, or light in general, sorry. The photon wavelength, okay? If we're saying Allah sees, are we saying Allah sees the way me and you see? So Allah sees this is gray, this is black, this is gray, this is white. If that's what you mean, then that's wrong, because you've limited Allah's capability to what? To that small little wavelength. But what we say, Allah says, Sami'un Basir in the Quran, doesn't he? Allah is all hearing, all sighted. Meaning what? Means he can hear everything and he can see everything. However, hearing and sight here is not intended to be the physical type. It's not intended to be what you can hear with an ear and what you can see with an eye. It is intended that he has all insight into everything. So when we're discussing God's attributes, Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, he who describes Allah has described another, for the fact that the description is different from the described, and the described is different from the description. Now, this might seem a little confusing. Let's explain it. If I say Mustafa is a male, okay? The word male, rajul, man, is that only Mustafa, or is that a description of Mustafa? It is a description of Mustafa. Does that mean that Mustafa is that description, or is Mustafa one point at which the description applies to?
1 point.
1 point. Mahdi is a male, Ahmed is a male, Khalid is a male. All of us are males. Sisters are females, what have you. We are points of description. We are not the description itself. Meaning what? Meaning that we are different from the description in our essence. And the description is different from us in essence. So when I say Allah is Basir, Allah is all-seeing, Allah is different from that description. Don't let that description mean that that is Allah himself. That one point of him or one thing of him is all seeing, like he has eyes that he sees with. And another part of him is all hearing, meaning that he has ears that he listens to. Even if you say it's different from us, what you have done here is you have attributed physical attributes to the Almighty. And by attributing physical attributes to the Almighty, what you have done essentially is limited him to those physical attributes. Hence, Amir al-Mu'mineen says, وَمَنْ قَالَ فِي مَا فَقَدْ ضَمَّنَهُ. If you say, where is he? And where, in what place is he? You have placed him within an environment. And if you say, alama, on what is he? فَقَدْ أَخْلَى مِنْهُ. You have removed him from an environment. Therefore, he is within everything by essence, not by distance. And far from everything, not by space. Okay? So when we are saying Allah, the attributes of Allah, what we first need to understand is that those attributes are not different parts of him. So not that he has an eye and he sees with that eye, and an ear and he hears with that ear. Those are his essence. He has no physical understanding that we know of, because physical understanding is limitation. And limitation is the attribute of he who is created, not he who is creator. Okay? Inshallah, what we will do, Mustafa, before the end of these 15 days, we will leave a whole lecture for the concept of the necessary in existence and the possible in existence. Okay? Wajib al-wujud wa mumkin al-wujud. We must understand this understanding in order for us to know what we should attribute to Allah and how to attribute it to Allah.
Okay. Ahsantum. So it's only fair to bring up the questions that people ask and are
of course
participating in the discussion right now. So the next question is, does caffeine patches break your fast?
No, they don't.
Straight answer.
Just it. That's it.
Caffeine patches do not break your fast. Thank you, Sheikhna.
So far as I'm aware, they don't.
Okay.
If I find anything otherwise, I'll let you know.
All right. The next question is, are the ma'sooms in heaven or barzakh right now?
Actually, you know what? Before we go to the next question, I want to say something to someone that wants to use a caffeine patch. I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying do. But what I'm saying is that Islam placed fasting for a purpose. If you try to play around and to negate that purpose, what are you doing? In essence, you're negating that reasoning, the reason behind it. Islam put fasting for you in order for you to control your desires, to control who you are, to control that person in the mirror that you dislike sometimes. That is one of the aspects. Another aspect is for you to remember the hunger of the hereafter, the hunger and the thirst of the poor. So if you know what, I don't want to be thirsty, so what I will do is I will connect an IV, for example. While that might not be muftar, okay, there's still an issue. It does not, think about it from a spiritual aspect, not necessarily a halal and haram aspect. What exactly are you doing? And why are you doing it for? Why are you fasting? Are you fasting, as we say in Arabic, isqatul wajib, just simply to be done with it? Or are you fasting to improve yourself? Now, to your question. In barzakh or in heaven? That's a question that requires a whole lecture on its own. The ma'sumeen are not bound to what we are bound to. All right? The ma'soom is not bound to the exact same boundaries that we are bound to. The ma'soom has different, their spirits are in different domains, so to speak. There's different domains for them to exist in. They exist with us, but then they also have different liberties within the universe. So that question, are they in barzakh? Physically, yes. Even spiritually, perhaps. But in actuality, they are not. Okay? Now, when you go and you stand at the grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen, When I'm standing there, it is irrelevant whether Amir al-Mu'mineen is here or not. I am standing there to represent an idea, to represent an identity, to represent a belief system. As for his place is beyond my recognition, beyond my understanding. Hence, he is the ma'soom and I am not. Continue. Again, this question requires a lecture. It's not going to be simply answered like that. And I don't want to answer it like that because I'm not going to do it justice and it's going to create problems.
Sheikh, would you like me to like ask the questions more related to Ramadan first, or it doesn't matter?
Not necessarily. No, just ask away.
Okay.
Ask away. It doesn't matter.
Another question is, Sikh temples give out food for free every day. Would eating the food they hand out be considered najis?
So, with this issue, brothers and sisters, najasa has to come with certainty. Okay? All of the meat they sell and they serve, we cannot eat, period, done. Okay? We're not going to beat around the bush. We're not going to, that's it. Any meat they have, we cannot eat. Okay? Number one. Number two is you must have certainty of tanajjus. How? Meaning that you must know for sure that he, for example, used his hands and there was moisture exchanged between him and the food itself. If you do not have certainty, so for example, if you walk in there and you see them all wearing gloves, serving with gloves, or you look into the back of the kitchen and you see them wearing gloves, well, then there's no certainty that there is najasa. So you must have certainty of najasa.
Okay. Next question. Is playing sports such as MMA and boxing permissible because you are technically hurting the body that is entrusted to you by God?
Okay, well, is running in the street, what's it called, permissible? Because technically you're exhausting the body that's been entrusted onto you.
I mean, there's a slight difference because here you're like hitting, like actively hitting each other. That's like,
yeah. But what tells you? I mean, listen, it's not something that our scholars smile upon and say that it's right. Mm-hmm. However, I can't recall if it's haram or not. I don't think it's haram. I'll have to confirm, but it's not something that our scholars, say go do it, go become a boxer, go become an MMA fighter. Besides, not all of us can be Habib. So unless I can be like Habib, I'm not willing to take punches to the face. So I'll pass.
Okay. Next question. How sick do you have to be to break your fast?
You have to determine that, not me. So it has to cause, what's the word? How sick do you have to be? I mean, if you know you can manage it without an issue, then you don't have a problem. For example, if you're diabetic, okay? But you have your diabetes under control, you can last your fasting, then do it. But if you know that it will cause you an issue, so if you fasting is going to cause the prolongment of your ailment, or the severity of an ailment, or the prolongment in its shifa, meaning that you're not going to get well as soon as you would, then you don't have to. But you know what? You woke up, I'm sick, I'm not going to fast. It's not like that. Be honest with your God, or be honest with yourself. Your God knows better. Be honest with yourself.
Another question. This is my question, actually. So in the adhan, we say after Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, we say Ashhadu anna Aliyan waliyullah. And I was just wondering if back in the day Bilal said this in the adhan, and when it got added, if he didn't, when it got added to the adhan, and
so
that kind of stuff.
First thing we have to understand is that there is the primary part of the adhan. Okay. Actually, before that, let's make one thing clear. Adhan itself is mustahab. It's not wajib. Okay. That doesn't mean don't do it. It's mustahab. Do it because it elevates your prayer. However, because it's mustahab, So right now, Mustafa, you're doing adhan. You said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And I said, Salaamu Alaikum. What do you say?
Alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam. If I said, Mustafa, are you fasting today during adhan? Can you interrupt your adhan and answer me?
I don't think so. It's
You can.
mustahab, so yeah, you can. Yeah.
You can. If your mother said, Mustafa, go throw out the rubbish, the garbage, you'll say, yes, mama, just 1 second. Let me just finish my adhan. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Ashhadu anna aliyan waliyallah comes in under that part. That is, it is not a part of adhan. In fact, if you believe that it is an essential part of adhan, as in the original, the primary adhan, then you might have an issue. It is not a primary part of the adhan. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up another point. So, for example, if I go to our local masjid right now, or the Husseini or something like that, and I say, I do the adhan, I perform the adhan, and I don't say Ashhadu anna aliyan waliyullah, I'm sure that people are just gonna look at me like, oh, why didn't he say it? And
yeah, why wouldn't you say it?
I know, but like, but the because people now made it like you said, they have an issue.
It's not primary. People know it.
I know, but
Walking
they
to
will see it
everybody.
as a problem if you don't say it, though.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you say it? Why would you want to leave Ali ibn Abi Talib out of it?
I would. That's not what I'm saying. I wouldn't.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Basically, what it ended up becoming, okay? It ended up becoming a declaration of our wilayah to Amir al-Mu'mineen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A declaration of our belief that the Imam is the right Khalifa of the Prophet. Not only that, there were things that were removed from the adhan that we still hold on to. We're the only ones that still have the adhan as it was announced during the Prophet's time. Which is with one addition that was removed, which is Hayya ala khayr al-amal. Come to the best of actions. That was removed during the second Khalifa's time. Okay? As for the addition, like I said, the addition of Ashhadu anna aliyan waliyullah is a declaration of our belief system. It has nothing to do with the adhan. But it was placed there to declare that, listen, we are the Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib. That we believe that he is the actual wali of the Prophet Muhammad. But we do not believe it is part of the adhan. Hence, if you leave it out or you add it in, it does not change the adhan.
Okay. So the next question is, as a guy, do you need to pray fully clothed? Like, for example, you wake up, let's say you go to sleep with only your, like, just a underwear and a shirt or whatever it is. Is it okay to wake up and just go do wudu and pray like that, or do you need to be fully clothed?
No, you can pray like that. You can pray like that.
Okay.
So the restriction, of course, that there is no female around, or a foreign female that cannot see you in that position. However, the restriction is that you hide your private areas. Okay. So some say that it's just the private areas. Others say from the belly to the knees. But the agreed upon is the private areas. However, what I want to say to that fact is, we unfortunately have a lot of neglect for our salat. We don't really care to. It's just a checkpoint we need to get off of our daily checklist, right? If today you are going to if your boss calls you and says, I need you to come in today, would you go to your boss in just your underwear?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, you would not do that. Yeah, it would be disrespectful.
If your mother calls you,
mm-hmm.
Would you go to your mother walking around in your underwear?
No.
It's disrespectful. Hence, you should be dressed accordingly.
Okay. Next question. Why is there always confusion about which day Ramadan starts?
I don't see there is confusion. The confusion lies with the people that don't know the rules and the rulings. There is no confusion. By the way, let me just say something here. Is our Imam al-Mahdi salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi right now in charge or not? Meaning, is the government his? Is he actively engaged as the actual Imam? Can we see him and talk to him and refer to him or no?
No.
We cannot. His actions have to have an effect on him. Otherwise, his absence or presence would be irrelevant. Right? If he was present today, we wouldn't have this issue. We wouldn't have this issue. His lack of presentation within us, or the fact that he's not present with us, has to have an effect. One of these side effects is the fact that it's left up to the scholars to decide which is the right terminology or methodology used, not terminology, the right methodology used to identify the moon. And whether the moon, if it's identified in one place, it applies to the whole world, or it applies to certain areas that share the skies. That's it.
In
modern day, we have a lot of problem with it because Sayyid al-Khouy and Sayyid al-Sistani don't agree on the methodology.
Mm-hmm.
In other times, there wasn't an issue because the Maraja might have agreed. There's no issue. To each their own method and to each their own opinion. And at the end of it, they are Maraja. They know better. They specialize in this field, right?
The next question is around the mustahabats when it comes to breaking your fast. For example, is it mustahab to break your fast in between Maghrib and Isha prayer? Is it mustahab to break your fast as soon as Fajr hits? Or is it mustahab to wait a few minutes before breaking it?
Well, don't break your fast as soon as Fajr hits.
Or Maghrib. Sorry, my bad. Maghrib.
So it is mustahab to break your fast as soon as the adhan goes. Okay? Yeah. You should break your fast, but don't eat. So the mustahab is to do what? Is to eat something, okay? So that you have effectively broken your fast. Then you have done your prayer, and then you begin to chow down, okay? After your prayer. Why? Because your prayer is an obligation. And your prayer, as the adhan says, khayrul amal. So if you fasted, how many hours you're fasting now? 19 hours in Vancouver?
I think less.
Less? 18 hours? You're
not 17, 18, yeah.
17, 18 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What's another 15 minutes? That's if your salat is going to take 15 minutes. I know that some people's salat is a race to get to the end of it.
A few seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is about smoking while fasting. We've heard that obviously smoking is not permissible while fasting. It'll break your fast. But
what about a vape?
It's about vaping, smoking, and because they're stating that they've heard that one of the scholars, they're not sure who, but one of the scholars have said that vaping is permissible while they're fasting. Is that true?
Look, the reason the qaida says that anything that is considered thick air, heavy air. So if I work in a construction site and I'm sanding the wood, okay, mm-hmm. Not wood. Let's say I'm working in a construction site and I'm grinding a piece of metal. That heavy smoke that comes off of that, I have to refrain from. Okay, because that is muftar. Likewise with the cigarettes that I'm smoking. Now, whether there is or there isn't anything that is specific to smoke to a vape, and the fact that it's not smoke, it's vapor, okay? It's vapor, it's steam. It would still fall under the obligation, the precautionary part. So as a precaution, you should avoid it, whether it's halal or haram. Why? Now, again, I haven't read anything that says that's specific to vapes and specific to the fact that vape is steam and it's not smoke. But as a precaution, one would take heed that precaution.
Mm-hmm.
Inshallah,
hookah is okay.
Oh no, why is hookah okay?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Inshallah, tomorrow I'll have the actual answer for you. It's specifically
But
regarding
vape,
vape.
so vape is considered like from a different category. It's not like
Yeah.
in the same
Vape
category
is not
as.
smoke, it's steam. I realize that. It's steam. It's vapor. It's not smoke.
Okay. All right. That's the end of the questions.
No.
That's all I could gather up. Yeah. But if Ahmed or Mehdi have any other questions,
Is it just
go for it.
Ahmed and Mehdi with us today? There's a lot.
I don't know. I do have 2 questions regarding food, the enzymes and regarding gelatin and the animal enzymes. So there are certain products that contain cheddar cheese, like Cheetos, for example. And I've noticed that on Society's website, it would say something like, if it has it contains rennet from a calf or young goat or an animal enzyme, then it is permissible to eat. Now, if you take a look on the Canadian products made without pork.
Wait. Say that again.
So imported, the question was on Sistani's website, on the website of Say Sistani, imported cheese from non-Muslim countries, if it is known to contain rennet from a calf or a young goat or an animal enzyme, is it permissible to consume? And the answer was, there is no objection in consuming them. And so my question is, so these products like Cheetos, they don't have porcine and no enzymes from pork. So in that case, would that make it halal?
I don't want to give a fatwa. Let me confirm and get back to you.
Okay, sure. And and another one was regarding gelatin. So say you just look at the ingredients and there was gelatin in it and you weren't sure what the source of the gelatin was. Now you have the opportunity to go and do your research and call and ask to get the source. The question is, if you don't do that, can you consume that gelatin? Like, do you have to look into it?
No, you cannot consume it. You have to assume that it's not halal, because generally speaking, gelatin that's used is animal byproducts, as far as I'm aware. So you have to ensure that what you're eating is halal. You cannot assume it's haliyah and eat it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Mehdi, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
If you don't have a question, then I'll ask you a question.
All right.
Then ask a question.
Sorry?
If you don't ask a question, that means that you know everything. So I'm going to ask you a question because I don't know everything.
Okay.
Way to put you on the spot, eh? That's what you get for tuning in. I'm just kidding. No, go ahead. Ask anything.
I don't have anything in mind, really.
Can't think of anything, huh?
Okay. So let me ask you guys a question now.
Okay.
Okay? Why do you guys all sport beards?
Support?
Sport. Yani where? Why do you guys all have beards?
I don't know. It's a makes me I don't know how to say it. It's a
looks good.
Yeah. It adds a shape to the face, you know what I mean?
Because it's mustahab.
It's mustahab.
Yes.
It's not wajib? No.
To grow your beard. To grow it, like actually grow it.
Well, it doesn't have to be as long as mine. Even Sheikh Abu Huda doesn't like how long my beard is. But I'm just saying, why do you sport a beard? Is it for style, or is it because it's wajib in Islam?
I mean, it's I
both.
didn't know was like, if you're talking about a long beard, I didn't know that was wajib.
Not a lot. No. So
just
first of all, a beard for a male, not for females. For a male, a beard is wajib. Okay.
Okay.
Again, I put in 2 brackets here. A male, a beard is wajib. So this beard that I have, it's no longer considered wajib. Now this is going into the flowing beard. There's no issue with it. It's mubah. The amount of wajib, the amount that makes it obligatory or haram, okay, is the tasmiyah. Meaning what? Meaning that the identification that he is bearded. So for example, right now, my beard is longer than Sayyid Mehdi's. Sayyid Mehdi's beard is longer than Mustafa's. Mustafa's beard is longer than Ahmed. but we are all bearded men, right? Some brothers, what they say is they shave their beard and they say, well, I didn't shave it with a razor blade, I shaved it with the clippers. That's still a shaved beard. So when you look at this individual, can you describe him as bearded or not? If you cannot describe him as bearded, then he's not bearded. So it's called urf, okay? Or what is generally known, or what is known within the community, that he's bearded or not bearded, okay?
Okay.
But it is an obligatory, it is an obligation. You have to have a beard. You cannot, in fact, if you do not have a beard, it is considered fusq, basa. That is the individual that can grow it and doesn't grow it. That is the individual that deliberately shaves it. There are, I know a sheikh, in fact, he has very, very light beard. I mean, like he has a couple of hairs here, a couple of hairs here. He shaves it because it looks really bad. He shaves it because he's forced to, because it doesn't come out full, it doesn't come out proper, and it puts him in a place of mockery. Okay? And inshallah, for those that will
and
tune
is
in
that
later
is that
on,
okay, Sheikhna?
Huh?
Is that okay? Like shaving it because it's not a full beard or just like little patches?
So all of you have full beards. What I'm talking about like he literally has like 3 hairs here, okay, and 2 here. And he lets them grow and they look really funny and everybody mocks him. Even our friends mock him. They make fun of his beard. So he shaves it. Okay, that's fine. Why? Because it puts him in a place of mockery. But now that I have this full flowing beard, and I love my beard, okay, now the fact that I have this full flowing beard and I shave it because so-and-so at work makes fun of my beard. Oh no, that's different. So your beard is obligatory for the individual that can grow a beard. If you can't grow a beard, it's not obligatory, obviously, okay? But how do I know if what I have on my face is beard or not? Okay, some people say if you can grab it, but we don't have anything that says if you can grab it. It is simply urf, that he is known as bearded men, or as a bearded man, okay?
But in terms of a length, like when I trim
The
my
length
beard
is
with a
irrelevant.
trimmer.
You can cut it with a trimmer, so yours is fine. Yours is
No, not like this. This is like, if I trim it with the trimmer, my skin is a bit light and then my beard is very black. But like you can still see dots. Like you can tell like I had a beard and I shaved it. Would that be considered long enough? Because people can tell.
Is it
Look at me.
shaved or not? Would it be considered shaved? Then no, then you don't have a beard. So for example, right now you have that 5 o'clock shadow.
Over here, yeah.
Yeah. Are you talking about that, like that color?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's considered shaved. That's not beard.
Oh wow.
So right now, if you commit a crime, after you've shaved your beard, after you trimmed it, and you committed a crime, when they describe you to the cops, are they going to say he's bearded or shaved?
If I trimmed it and shaved it.
You probably say a scuff or something.
Scruff. That's not a beard.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, Ahmed, I don't know how hard you'd have to try to make like all the hair on your face not visible.
I mean,
you know,
we
it's
can't
not that
all
easy.
have beautiful beards like Mustafa or like Mehdi Aboud, but you know, we can try at least.
And what about the mustache?
So the mustache you can trim or you can shave. There's no issue with it. But the mustahab is to trim it. So sort of like your mustache, not like my mustache or Mehdi Aboud.
I don't even trim my mustache. Everybody thinks I trim it and everything. Beard, it just like it doesn't grow at the same pace as my beard. So when my beard grows a little longer, it looks like I don't have a mustache.
Stop bragging.
I'm not bragging. I'm pissed about it. I'm mad. It's annoying because it doesn't grow.
Mehdi, give us a question.
I don't have a question.
Mehdi, I already asked you a question. Shoot us a question, buddy.
I have a question, Sheikhan, actually.
Yeah, please save me.
So first of all, okay, so are you near the shrine of Imam Hussein or are you in the shrine of Imam Hussein?
Right now? No, right now I'm at home in Najaf.
Oh, you're in Najaf right now?
Yeah, I couldn't make it to the shrine today. I was supposed to, but I was unable to make it, unfortunately. If I was at the shrine would be right behind me or right to my side. Inshallah, in a future episode, we'll try to make it over there.
I was kind of confused when I saw I think it was the first lecture. You were sitting in front of the door, or
that one I was at the shrine, yes.
Like right in front of the door.
Like right in front of the door, called the door, the gate of the head of Imam al-Hussein, right in front of it. Inshallah, this week I'll make my way over there and we'll have a shrine and we'll have a tour of the shrine as well.
Inshallah. Inshallah. I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't been there last week, so.
Inshallah.
What's your usual day like?
My usual day, I wake up, shower. I don't need to go to that detail, obviously. Go to work or go to class, depending. Right now, we don't have classes because of Corona, because of COVID. All of our classes are online. But how it was is I would wake up before Salatul Fajr, do Salatul Fajr either here or the Imam, take my classes until about 10 or 12 in the afternoon, do the prayer next to the Imam. So, and then go to work or go home, depending on the day. And then spend the rest of the day preparing for the following day, whether it be lectures, classes, what have you. The difference is in Hawza. The difference is each single class we take up at least 3 times. So I prepare for the class the day before. I go to the class and I learn from the sheikh, from the scholar. And then after class, I discuss what we have taken, the material we have taken with another sheikh. So if me and you are studying together right now, okay, the day before we would prepare for the material that is to come. Obviously, there's going to be things that we don't understand 100%. That's where the sheikh comes in, the role of the sheikh, and the next day comes in. We can discuss it with him. We can, say our ishkalat, what we understand, what we don't understand. And then after that, we would sit down, me and you as students, we would sit down and we would do mubahath. So we would argue what we have taken, okay? Our points of view. What we usually do is we usually make one take on the role of a teacher and the other one the role of the student, and we argue those points. So by the day you're done, it's imprinted in your mind.
Sheikh, I just got another question, and it's about movies and TV shows. So nowadays, you can barely find a movie that doesn't have inappropriate scenes and that kind of stuff, like 95%, 99% of the movies you find on Netflix, and unless it's on the kids category, you usually see inappropriate scenes and this kind of stuff. So is it haram to watch those movies and TV shows?
Absolutely. Anything that causes anything that has indecency is haram for you to participate with. I'm not going to say that it's haram to watch the whole movie, but at the very least, it's haram to see those scenes. At the very least.
So what if you watch the movie and you skip those scenes?
Like I said, I can't give you a fatwa. I'm not a mujtahid. Okay. But what I'm saying is anything indecent is haram for you to view.
Would it break your fast?
It might not break the actual fast, but it would take away from the spirituality of it, definitely.
Okay.
Mustafa, should we go through Muftarat al-Sawm tomorrow? What is it that breaks your fast in details? What do you guys say?
I think that's a really important topic. Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah.
No, it's not up to me.
That's a good topic.
Okay.
Hey, whatever you're comfortable with, yeah. But yeah, I agree. That's a really good topic. We should talk about it.
Okay, so then tomorrow we'll focus on Muftarat al-Sawm, inshallah.
Inshallah. This iftar is in 6 minutes. And
okay.
I got no more questions left unless Ahmed and Mehdi have anything else to say. Do you guys have any other questions? Mehdi, did you think of anything?
No, I didn't think of anything.
Nothing?
No.
I saved you once, can't save you again.
Yeah, that's the end of the questions.
So where's the rest of the boys? Where are the rest of the boys? What's going on? Exactly.
I don't know what to say.
The final season. Finals.
Yeah, it is.
Finals. Yeah.
I has been around finals for the past 4 years, eh?
Yeah, I finished my finals today, alhamdulillah.
Wow, mashallah. Mashallah.
How did it go?
Alhamdulillah, it was good.
The lectures, okay? I want to see them. I missed them. No, not for anything else. I just missed them. I want to see them.
That's Haidar right there.
Where's Haidar?
There you go. That's Haidar.
Haidar just opened his camera.
Ya Allah.
Good. I have a question, Sheikhna.
Ya Allah, ask.
It's regarding about the movies. I was asking about scenes like, say, bloody scenes. So if I use like an example, like an Invincible, if like there's bloody scenes, does that still count as like a, I'd say like inappropriate scenes?
Bloody
Say,
scene, like a war scene, like a violent scene, you mean?
Yeah, like a violent scene.
No, that's not considered inappropriate, like a sexual scene, for example.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not considered inappropriate, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sent Haida. Sent.
Sent Haidara, sent.
Inshallah, you can have your camera open every day.
Inshallah.
It's like this makes the programs much better when everybody has their cameras open and you're actively like, we're speaking to each other and it's more interactive,
The good old days. The good old days when Ahmed used to call me. Let's not discuss that. Let's not discuss that phone call. Let's keep that.
The good days.
Good old days, indeed. Good old days.
Good days.
So then I'll leave you guys be, inshallah. Okay? I got to get ready for the next lecture.
Sent him, Sheikhna. Thank you so much. You said tomorrow's going to be about
muftarat.
What breaks the fast?
Yeah.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay. All right. والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
All right, I'll see you guys in about.
Inshallah.
We'll see you soon, inshallah.
Tomorrow.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah.
Boys, do one of you want to do the adhan?
When we have you in the room, Mustafa, with your beautiful voice. Come on.
Mustafa, man, your beautiful voice. No one wants to do it, man.
I'm not gonna do it, no.
I want to hear your beautiful voices too. Haidar, you want to do the adhan today?
No,
it doesn't have to be, if you don't want to go all out, it doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to be the adhan.
No, it's okay.
No?
Haidar, you've done the adhan before, right? At the Jama'? I've seen you.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You now.
No, if he doesn't have to, if he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to. It's all good. Today, if that was at 8:26 today, right?
I'm so hungry.
Is it?
Mehdi, how's your Ramadan been?
Dude, it's been crazy, man. Imagine doing keto and Ramadan at the same time.
Oh wow. Keto? Why are you doing keto?
I want to lose weight.
Don't do keto.
Where's the weight that you're gonna lose, Mehdi? You have a like your body is perfect. Don't worry about it. You don't need to lose any weight. But yeah.
For the adhan time.
I think it's 8:26 today.
It's a fun experience too. Like
it's already adhan.
Is it?
8:24, yeah.
Al-Kawthar says 8:26.
Why don't you guys just find sunset and then just add 15 minutes?
MYM says 8:24. I don't know.
We'll just wait one more minute.
Yeah.
All right, it's 8:26. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على محمد.
سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن عليًا ولي الله. أشهد أن عليًا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم. وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد
اللهم صل على
وآل محمد.
أحسنت.
أحسن الله عليكم. Inshallah, we'll see you all tomorrow for tonight's program. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام.